Yes.
It's gonna take some time to get used to these new...
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
There should be, in your macros, there should be a section that says character sheet and skill check.
Yeah. But it's still very, very new to me.
It's new to all of them. For your knowledge, sheep, Ghost Sound can create any sound.
Like negative sound, like remove sound.
A counter sound?
That's because you haven't added
Well, at
it
least
to
in
your
real life it's possible.
It is, I know.
character sheet. It cannot be used untrained. So this thing will not let you roll it unless you have added all your skills to your character sheet.
Oh dear. Well,
Just roll it manually for now.
it's D20, right?
Yeah, 1d20 plus whatever your modifier is, whatever your bonus is.
Which I'm guessing would be high for you.
It is.
Plus 200 free. Something.
Yeah, around that. No.
Let's see what in reality it is. Dun, dun.
What?
Plus 9.
You mess up,
Damn it.
unable to open these your manacles, sort of, and it sort of leaves a maybe clanking sound
Damn.
from the guard room. You sort of there's silence for a little bit. You know, they sort of listen clearly, but as the sound is not repeated, there seems to be no reaction at the moment.
Zacharias glares at Kash.
Kash looks...
Let me try.
Which one of... I'm sorry.
This one. Azureus.
Kash will see if she can give it to Azureus.
Let's see if I can do better than the rogue.
It would be so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Correct.
Embarrassing.
You fail to open these locks. Sort of fumble around. We just roll here. Again, this sort of grows silent, but again, you know, no one seems to be really reacting to the noise you made.
These are tough locks.
Very.
No. They don't appear to be very tough.
Well, we have 3 days.
We
Well,
can eventually
seeing
pull it off.
that-
Keep rolling the same device. We'll eventually pull it off.
Seeing that 2 of his soon-to-be companions are failing to get out of the bonds, Cairen will just try to break them with brute force.
If Zacharias sees that, he will shoot a glance at Karin and say, "What are you doing? If you're gonna try to break them, you fool, you will bring the guards down upon us for sure."
Cairen frowns but stops. He looks somewhat disappointed.
Well, we can always try. We can always try aid another. We're doing this.
Are you close to each other?
We're right next to each other.
You can't reach each other's hands.
Ah, damage.
Oh, no hand holding with Cairen then.
Is there any way we can help each other?
No.
No way we can pull off aid
Unless
another.
you get your hands, until you get your hands free, no. You could have barely managed to push items between you.
Well, we need to do this. We need to get free. If we can't open the locks, we're doomed.
I know.
So if an...
Well, I guess all we can do is try again.
Zacharias nods, yes.
By all means, we have 3 days.
Take your time then. Do it
and
carefully.
try not to make noise.
Exactly.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to try again first, or shall I?
You try.
Better?
Yeah.
Alright, you managed to silently, quietly get the lock open. on your own manacles.
Azureus gives a sigh of
Your
relief.
hands are free. You get the +2 from masterwork now.
Yes. Okay.
You still cannot move much out of order due to the chain that holds all of you together.
So could I possibly get like close enough now to do someone
Yes,
else's? Or
yes, you can move. You can move that far.
it's just
You
like
cannot sort of move past the two. This would, of course, pull Cairen and Markas a little bit,
here? I'll try and undo
feeling
yours.
uncomfortable in your wrists as your hands,
Can I take 10 now? Or
No.
no? That's that.
We're in a
Okay, I'm
kind
gonna
of
try
stressed
and
situation. It's very dark, and it's really not that easy to see. Or be quiet, for that matter.
could she aid another now though? Now she's
Yes.
now.
Yes, that's okay.
Woohoo!
That's
Aid
a
another
roll.
time.
So now you've
believe
got
it's,
what, a +3 or +4?
No, it's a roll. To aid another, I believe, isn't it?
Aiden. Oh, okay. No, I thought it was just. Well, let's look it up.
I think you get a bonus if you make a certain point on the roll.
Yeah.
Still, I got a 20. I got a 20 with the +2 from Thieves' Tools.
Nice.
That's enough. You can unlock Kash manacles as well.
You can feel the sigh of relief as
Okay.
I click your lock.
It's if the person that's aiding rolls the skill check and gets a 10 or higher, then the person performing it gets +2.
Yay!
You both have hands free now.
Kash looks at Sorcerer. I could use it to get the guy next to me up.
Here. You can go ahead and do that then. I give you the tool.
Sorry, she doesn't remember. Oh, sorry.
She's running away.
She's right. See ya.
Just be ready for the guard to come
Ash
back.
sort of begin looking at the change. You notice that if Zacharias were to get his hands free, he could walk over here, and you could sort of open the single lock that keeps the chain that keeps all of you bound together. You could remove that by removing a single lock if your hands are free.
And then we'd escape in a chain gang.
Yes, you managed to open the locks. To let Zacharias have his hands.
Alright, Zacharias slowly takes off the manacles and slowly gets to his feet and moves very carefully.
Kash walks slowly back and pretends she's still mangled.
Kash, it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier, isn't it, once you've got your hands free?
Yes, I agree.
Follow me to the wall.
Oh, so it's like a chain we...
Chain conga line.
Chain gang. Gotta work in the mines forever. Except most of us will be dead.
Can you guys keep moving? I can't
The
start
ogre
moving.
has quietly stood up and now walks sort of to the extent of his chain.
God damn it.
Sure. He is very quiet, it seems.
So Zacharias sort of shoots a glance to Azureus. Can you keep an eye on the ogre?
Okay. I'm watching the ogre.
Okay, Kash will try and get... Might as well take them in order. Cairen, free.
Wow.
Yes.
There we go.
Did you include your +2?
I'm keeping that in
Again.
mind by simply lowering the DC.
And the last guy, Markas.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yes. Now, you're still chained to your feet together. If you were to remove the last lock, then you would all be free from your chains.
Do it.
I don't trust Manakai's suggestions.
You should. The
You
demons
would
will.
all be free.
Your manacles are gone, and you're no longer chained together.
Alright.
You can move around the room freely.
Zacharias takes a quick step to the side and sort of motions to the group to sort of gather around. Alright, listen. We have We need to be very careful about this, no doubt. I don't know how many guards are here, or when they're gonna, step into the room again. But if they do, we need to try to assume our last known positions as quickly as possible and fake that we are still chained. So my advice would be to lay out the chains roughly as it were before along this line, so we can, return to the wall and pretend that we're still chained up if someone comes in.
You said there were 2 daggers in that veil. Who would be best with those? I myself am more proficient with a blade of greater size, but I feel if we could hide them, then they could be a valuable asset if someone entered our cell.
Kash looks around and says, I'm no stranger with a dagger. It's my, what's it called?
Preferred?
Preferred weapon.
Zacharias nods. Very good. I can certainly give one of the daggers to you, Kash.
Is there a way she can hide it? In her clothes or something? But still get, take it.
You can hide it, yes.
There's always somewhere.
Hey now!
Hey, I wasn't making
Hey,
any specific
now.
references. I was just saying,
Sir.
there's always a way.
You can hide it. If someone searches you, you'll have to see how well you're hidden.
Okay.
Zacharias will produce a dagger and hand it to Kash.
Kash will hide it. But still have it somewhere where she can easily get it.
Zacharias nods. I suppose we should quickly maybe explain to each other what special skills we bring to this breakout attempt. I myself am a spellcaster, a wizard, some would call me, and I would probably call me many other things too, but I can cast some spells. I don't have my spellbook with me, so my resources are very limited, but I should be able to put guards to sleep, or if need be, charm them to be our allies for a time.
Kash looks around and says, you obviously know I am a rogue, but also some may call me assassin or thief.
You may have heard of a paladin. I am the intrinsic opposite, the evil kind, if you will.
Zacharias smiles. That's interesting. Not many people will describe themselves as evil.
Cairen smiles slightly. I am a sorcerer. I am descendant of the Red Dragons. And, well, I don't rely on spells nor weaponry as much as you might, but you will see that my powers are quite, well, I wouldn't say awesome, but that's the word that comes closest.
Myself, I know I have some kind of magic, though I'm not sure where I got it from. But I specialize in being able to produce flames. And as a somatic casting, I just spark a very small flame in my hand for a second. And I can compel people to take short actions, as well as heal the wounded.
Zacharias nods. A cleric.
No cleric. I have had no time to study the faith.
Ah, yes, I think I've heard of people like you, given powers for mysterious and unknown reasons. He nods. He casts a glance at the sorcerer, and maybe a slight, sort of hesitant look in his eyes. Very well. Does anyone else want to lay claim to some of the items in the veil?
As you understand, I can use at least somewhat, I can use my hands as weapons since I can put fire in them, so I do not have much use.
Zacharias looks at Markas. Would you then, Sir Knight, be helped with a dagger?
I prefer something larger, but perhaps, yes. I would be the next best with a martial weapon.
Very well. And Zacharias gives one of the daggers to Markas.
Okay. And Markas also says, not to be greedy, but in my fall from grace, I lost my ability to cast spells, but in the future, I may have use of that unholy symbol as well.
Oh, found a new patron, have we, Sir Knight?
Indeed.
Very well, far be it from me to stop another damned soul from sinking deeper. And he produces the unholy symbol of Asmodeus and hands it over to Markas if he wants it.
He will take it. Yep.
So now our pleasantries of our skills are done. What's our next step?
Zacharias looks around. Our next step, I should think, is to try to survey our surroundings as carefully as possible. The cell door, for instance, would be interesting to see how difficult that would be to open. Also, I would wish to use the window to try to look out from our cell. Although it is a day outside, and it might be more useful to do it at night. I don't want a huge window hole to appear on the wall and someone might see it from the outside. That would be unfortunate.
I have a question
Yes?
for Manaki. If we're to hide something, would that be disguise or stealth? Like when someone's searching us?
I believe it's sleight of hand, right?
Is it a
It
thing? Oh,
would
it
be
is a
sleight
thing.
of hand.
Oh, well, I can't use it. Someone else will have to hide my stuff. Because I can't do that.
I think only one person here
It
can
also
do
is a full round action to draw it.
Oh, wait. No, I think... Can you
Unless
do
you have quick
sleight of hand untrained?
I don't think so. Let me check.
I don't think so either.
No, you can't.
Who? Oh, well.
Zacharias will sort of motion to Kash to follow him.
Yeah. She will follow.
Markas
Ogre
will...
is clearly keeping an eye on all of you.
Well,
looking at his bars as he does.
if anyone looks at Azureus, you notice that he's like kind of like every now and again quickly peering over to, the stat cell over there.
Yep.
His amber eyes just flickering.
Now, Lady Kash, if you would be so kind to assess the quality of this lock.
Yeah. How would she do that?
Just look at it.
Well, she'll look at it. Perception. I feel like everyone is standing around me.
Well, no, I'm kind of just standing like, ready to jump in if something happens, but,
Zacharias will actually turn a lot of his attention to the door here, like trying to listen as best he can for anything like movement or something approaching or anything like that from the door.
You hear some quiet quiet talking.
Okay.
It seems that what the topic discussed currently is whether or not the guard would actually be at tonight's game.
Tonight's game, you say?
Yes.
What kind of lock is it? Can I tell?
It appears to be a similar lock to those you've unlocked before, and it does open smoothly.
Kash looks at... why do I have such a difficult name?
Zacharias? That's not so difficult,
Zacharias,
is it?
I guess.
I don't think so, but...
Oh, she looks at Zacharias. It's an easy lock. It's almost the same as the one who was holding us.
You can call him Raith also if you like, by his last name.
I haven't told any of you my name yet.
Zacharias nods.
Neither has Cairen.
I see. Well, he looks around. Someone with keener ears might be able to determine, but I think the guards outside are actually discussing whether or not to attend a game tonight. And that, dear friends, might be exactly what we need to get out of here.
With a devilish smile, Azurian just turns to you and says, "Do you know what kind of game?"
No, I just heard what they said, but if there is a game, be it dice or cards or He shrugs. A horse race, it doesn't really matter if it draws the attention of the guards, which, if I know anything about simpletons and half-drunks like these gods no doubt are, then this would give us a very nice cover to sneak around.
It was short cover, so we'd have to be quick.
Well, it would only last for the night, of course, but much can happen during 5 or 6 hours of darkness. I'm sure you agree.
Well, you don't know how long the game will run for, so don't count on the whole night.
That is certainly true, but at least a few hours, I think, would be reasonable to expect.
Yeah, we can give ourselves at least 2 hours, possibly more depending on what they're doing.
Could I make a sense motive check on the Grumblejack
Sure.
to see what he's up to? If I can find my skill check button. Sense motive. Okay.
At the moment, he seems to be interested in what you're doing, but afraid to make noise. He clearly does not want the guards to come right now.
Clearly.
Guards are bad. Bad for Grumble's health.
Zacharias will move back to his original position and sit down and sort of arrange the chains around him.
Yeah, Azurian will just sit there as well. Yeah, Azurian's kind of like really worried about the guards coming back right now.
Zacharias will...
Before going back to his place, Cairen will address Zacharias in a whisper. If we need a distraction, I'm sure our friend over there would love some revenge on these guards. I know that I would.
Zacharias looks over at the ogre. Interesting. I wonder how they captured him. Yes, I think that's a good idea. He sort of looks at Cairen. I am sorry, I don't know your name.
My name is Cairen Akhdorn of Tabernon. You might have heard that Tabernon doesn't exist anymore. I'm the reason.
Ah.
And he walks back.
So you are the scourge of that city, the scourge of Tabernon. Interesting.
How did you dispose of it?
Cairen smiles. Well, I guess you could visit it and take a look.
We don't have time for that.
From what
Oh, I'm sure we will in the future. As soon as we get out of here.
In our current state, we don't.
From what
don't worry about it.
You notice Azurian just keeping himself occupied by just somatically creating small little jolts of fire in his hand.
Does... I don't remember too much from when I was brought in. Does anyone else remember anything of the layout of the prison?
Nothing. Sorry.
No.
That is unfortunate.
You know that you're most likely in sort of that you're most likely you went up some stairs certainly, and did see the only way down would be down some stairs. You also know of Brandiscar that it is a rocky island in a very sort of stormy and usually very strong, streamy part of the bay out here. It is very dangerous waters, and it's full of sort of sharp cliffs, making it almost impossible to sail here, or to actually swim away. There has been built, actually, though, a stone bridge to the mainland from the island. So that much you know.
I have a question. Is the unholy symbol made of wood or silver?
Let me see. Silver.
Damn it, I was gonna say, if it was made of wood I could stash it in another cell and it wouldn't like shine from light, but since it's silver I can't really...
Well, there's not much light in here, it's pretty dark, so...
Well yeah, but any light will shine off of metal.
True, can't you just hide it? Like underneath your shirt or something?
I guess. What shirt? We're wearing rags.
You're right.
There is always a place to hide, I think you said before, so...
You're right about that.
let's bring that to fruition, I say.
Squat and cough. Squat and cough.
Yes, Zacharias will look around again and whisper, yes, we need to try to scout around. I would say that tonight will probably be a good time to do it. I don't really know how many guards there are in the compound, but I do feel that we should try to avoid, well, any...
We should avoid all guards if we can.
Preferably, yes. If we start killing guards, well, then, you know, if we're
We
gonna...
have more than one problem on our way.
Yes, if we're gonna kill one, we might as well be prepared to try to kill them all.
You know we can't kill them all.
Yes, so avoiding a raised alarm seems to be our topmost priority.
Just because I said I could heal the wounded, don't get yourselves into fights. I can't do it all the time.
Of course. Of course. Well, as I see it, if we are actually going to attempt to escape, we must do it in one fell swoop. We can't really get caught now, can we?
Well, we can, but getting caught would just ruin everything.
Yes, and that would be unfortunate. Zacharias goes back to, he leans his head in his hands, and his eyes flicker from side to side in here, sort of analyzing or watching the cells and the structure and everything. He seems to be thinking.
Manaki, a quick question. Does there appear to be anything flammable in this room? Other than our,
Your racks.
anything other
Beyond
than our
that,
racks?
no.
Okay, so nothing I can actually directly spark. How's that?
Apart from yourself.
I can spark you guys.
Yeah, let's not do that. I think.
As I said I can do a verbal or somatic component, so I can either say something or just move my hand and you'll set on fire. Your choice.
Suddenly, floating letters appear above Zacharias' head.
Too spooky for me.
So, since we're gonna have to probably wait until tonight to do very much. Cairen, you already kind of said where you came from. What did the rest of you do before coming here? Other than whatever crime sent you here, that is.
Living my life as a thief, I guess.
Your life was crime.
I would say it was, yeah.
Well, I can relate. I spent a lot of time tracking people. For what purpose, I don't need to go into, but you can take some guesses.
I think everyone else is AFK, except for Jake. I think he's still
No.
here.
I'm here.
I just didn't pay attention, sorry.
At least you're honest.
Everyone's back.
Who was it that
Markas.
mentioned the releasing the Ogre would be a good idea?
That was me, Cairen.
I don't know if Kash can whisper and he can hear it.
But we
Oh,
can
take-
move. We can
Well-
remove rooms, so you can just.
Yeah, but what if the guard comes and I'm like, no,
We-
no,
We already had a nice fiesta around here, so.
we're cool.
Well, we can't really if we're gonna whisper to him, we need to speak, and they seem to be hearing that quite well.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to
It's
get
annoying.
Kash will very quietly walk over to Cairen and look at him. One of us could go and release the ogre. Of course, first talk to him, ask what he he desires. If he desires to get revenge, it would be a good diversity.
Well, he certainly doesn't want to thank his captors for keeping him here, that is for sure.
Then maybe he could be a good ally.
Possibly, but he will make a lot of noise, I would assume.
Well, we could still be standing here pretending to be locked up while they gang up on the ogre.
I suppose.
One of us
Cairen
just...
shrugs.
I could always walk over and release him. See what happens.
That seems somewhat ill-advised. We can't really just let him loose, right? And, I mean, if we're gonna release him, it should be part of our escape. We shouldn't throw him away. At this juncture, he's a resource that can be utilized, and he shouldn't be squandered.
I wasn't thinking of doing that, but an ogre is pretty strong.
He is. I agree, and he will no doubt be a valuable asset if we can control him somehow.
I can
Well,
speak giant if that helps.
What language does ogre speak?
That's a good question.
Depends on the ogre, I think, but yeah, giant.
Probably not Draconic.
I can speak goblin if anyone needs it.
I can also speak Elven if that helps.
I can also speak Elven.
Surprise me too.
Us three can have secret conversations.
I speak common. And if any of you need deliberation with devils from planes unknown, then I'm your man.
Yeah, you speak Inferno, I can join you over there.
Same here.
Oh.
You're not unique.
I speak Necrol. I think that's kind of unique.
That's rather unique. Not many people can speak undead.
I do.
Eh.
Anyway.
Back on subject.